Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Catherine and Casey for episode 26 of Wits and Brains. Today, we're talking about those boring manila folders of your life. So, I like to think that I don't have much of a boring life. However, I do have manila folders in my life. So, what are those manila folders for you, Kathy?
Let me just be honest. There are some things that I love doing in business. Okay, big majority of what I have in life. Love, 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 love. Love dealing with the clients, love going to their offices, love that. But there are things that I'm sitting all alone. I mean, I know this is neon green walls, but it's still a boring office. And I'm sitting here, but they have to be done. For example, on Monday, I have these things called continuous notes for my clients. They have to be written out, typed out and all that. It's not exciting. And no one knows that I'm doing this extra stuff for them. So no one's applauded, no one is cheering me on. It's kind of a manila folder. It's a little boring. I get up from my desk, which is not my favorite part of my life, but it's something that I do no one else does. So there you go. How about you?
Well, first, I have a question. So when you say it's something that you do that no one else does, does that just mean like in your business, no one else does it, or just like your competitors, it's something that they don't do?
My competitors do not do this.
Oh,
What
so
it is, my entire time with my clients, who some are like years, they can look back. I tell them this is it's alive. I said, think of it as alive. So at the top, they'll see what we just talked about last meeting, and they get to have it all week. And then, like, say, if we see each other the next meeting, they get a new little piece. They almost said something else. They about die because they can't believe that every week for years we have accomplished something.
oh wow.
And I have proof of it.
I like that.
Yes. And okay, so hide this from all of my competitors. Any of my competitors watching, do not do it. It's really bad. It's really bad. But for me, but it's not, no one's going to cheer me on. But like when a contract comes to an end, I can literally send them a folder, or I can send them an email or whatever saying, look at what you've accomplished. And they die. They die. But it
Yeah.
is a manila folder. It's not my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. I definitely can relate. And to answer your question, one of my least favorite things to do is to prep for my monthly review calls with clients. So, and it's because you're going back over, okay, what has been done. And for me, it's in my head. I just hate putting it on paper and like actually having to just compile the information. Pretty much anything administrative is not my friend. I like to be planning and strategizing and thinking, oh, this is what we're going to do. Like tonight I have the opportunity to write a business plan for someone who is, meeting with a very important person. And I'm like, yes, like I can stay up all night doing this. But yeah, to actually sit down and do the administrative stuff, I'm like, someone please help me.
I mean, I have my clients now where I have them start out their Christmas or holiday or whatever we want to call it, their cards. And they're like, why am I starting in the beginning of October? And I say, because it's that one thing that I have heard the most from my clients who are sending their clients or whatever a card. It's the one thing they either despise or whatever. It's their manila folder. And so what I have them do, I make them either buy or whatever, however they purchase Christmas cards, and get all of your stamps and make sure you have your address, do all these things that are boring, boring, boring. But we get them done before the end of the month. And I said, don't seal them just in case if something happens.
Oh my gosh, you're hilarious.
You know, I don't want you to be like, hey, you're my favorite person. And you send it out and like, you know, somewhere in the month, you like cursed them out. I don't want that kind of stuff to happen. But it's a manila folder that holds people back.
Yeah. So
And
what are your, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and it's that one thing that's nice.
It is. Yeah. It's the necessary. It's something that people appreciate. It might seem tedious, but yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
is.
there are people out there that do this kind of service for you.
Yeah.
I mean, we both know a Dawn, and this Dawn, in case you want to contact either one of us, that Dawn does that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Hire someone to do the manila folders. Oh my gosh, that's like awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I offload as much as I can to my admin because I'm like, this is not my sweet spot. I need to be where I'm most useful. So.
And you know, the people that you bring in, like often I tell people, hire your opposite. And they're like, I don't want to talk to my opposite. I'm telling you that opposite does those things that you hate.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I actually the other day I was just going through Q4 is always a time for businesses to reevaluate. So I was going through our onboarding and offboarding processes, and we've just evolved so much. So there were so many different things we were including, and I'm like typing it out in the spreadsheet, and Erin is like, can you fix that? And that's not capitalized. And this column isn't gray like the others. And I'm like, you can fix it. Like, I just need to dump my brain onto this sheet and then you can fix it. Cause I don't care about that stuff. Like, but that's her thing. She makes it look, uniformed, and yeah, definitely opposites.
I have my clients have just a plain old Word doc on their desktop, where if they have a thought of like a process that would make a process simpler, I'm gonna go in there and puke it out into that Word doc, and then you get out, you're done.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be poetry. It doesn't have to be attractive. It's just for you. No one else is reading it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
just I don't understand it.
I get right. That's sometimes the issue, right?
Yeah.
That's brilliant that you know that you're
you have to. Yeah. I mean, of course, when you're first starting out, you don't always have that advantage,
Right.
But we're 5 years in, so it's nice to have people where they should be. And so I have a funny, well, it's funny to me, just so I'm going to show my age. So it's funny because so many people that I do business with and so many people that I hang around are about old enough to be my mom or my dad.
Me.
So I have to ask you, do you literally have manila folders?
I am a little bit crazy about paper. Like, I like paper. So I'll do all the, well, I mean, I'm not a tech wizard, but I'll do the tech stuff where yes, that's how it's supposed to be. There's something so exciting. I mean, okay.
Oh my gosh.
I have some notes. And it's written in a Sharpie because I love Sharpies.
It doesn't bleed through.
And I have
sticking
notes. But yes, I do have some manila folders.
That is hilarious. So even when I go to my meetings, I'll have, and I don't have any around here, but I'll have like the longer tablets, whatever, and I'll write it because it helps me process it more when I'm writing it. But then when I'm done, I scan it into their folder in the drive because
Right.
I hate paper. I'm like, this stuff makes me feel like I'm losing my mind. So like, yeah, I can't do the folders. And I had this lady who she was an organizer and she was in her 60s at the time I was working with her. And
Yeah.
God bless her. I mean, as sweet as can be, but literally like all of my receipts like had to go into a folder. Every bill I paid was printed. I'm like, I'm not even like a tree hugger for lack of a better word, but you're killing the trees.
Right. Right.
But I had like so many. I mean, she brought like a 4-drawer file cabinet to my house, and I'm like, I don't want it. Like, I like digital. And
Right.
you have to have it. And I'm like, I do. But I mean, God bless her. I let her do what she needed to do. But yeah.
Right. Well, and to go along with those manila folders, I also love, it's sitting over there. I can't get to I like to write in a planner.
Oh,
Wherever
I
know.
gosh,
I know.
can't.
I
That
but
is the manila folder of my life. No planners.
so I maybe more than the writing in the planner, I like the crossing off of the planter. Of the
Oh,
planner, not planter. So I like the crossing off or the checking. Ah, it's awesome.
okay. So we use Asana for our tasks, like, so we can check them off. And it was so funny because one time we were on like a team call and I think I was sharing my screen and I checked it off and they're like, oh my gosh, you don't get the rainbow and like the unicorn. I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, every time we check something off, like there's like glitter and rainbows and unicorns that fly across the thing. And I'm like, well, why don't I get that? Like I need that satisfaction. And come to find out, it only happens if you complete a task that someone else assigned you. So since I assign most of the tasks, I don't get that. I'm like, well, that's horseshit because I want that satisfaction. But I totally get what you're saying. Like,
Yes.
but it's so funny because even digitally, like I keep my bills and everything on a spreadsheet and I highlight them when they're paid. And I, a certain color. And then when the money is in the bank and they're ready to be paid, I like make them a different color. So still, I want to get rid of all the manila folders.
So every client that I have gets a Monday.com dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the dashboard, seriously, Casey, the most they get excited is when they do something, they get a llama. They get a llama. And these llamas dance, they hula hoop. And I call it like, say, if you were it, like Casey's motivational llama team. And it's actually like one of the top things that people look at.
That's genius.
Because, it's different colors to go with, like, if you're preparing for a meeting, if we're doing this, they each get a different color. But when they go done, that llama grows and it's in the pack.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a bunch of psychological tests that were done to decide on this, but I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hire me, I personally will give you a motivational llama team.
Do those motivational llamas spit on them if they don't complete a task?
I don't know. They don't dance around as much.
Okay, because I know llamas spit a lot. So.
Yeah, that should be part of it, where it comes out the screen.
Oh my, that would be disgusting.
It'd be disgusting.
That reminds me of our pimple popper episode.
Yes. Only high class information here.
Yes,
that's right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Catherine, you talked about how with the manila folders, you put people in the right place so you can get rid of them. So what are some other things, like what if someone's not in a place where they can get rid of a task? Like I'm the only one who can prepare for my monthly meetings. So
Right.
what are some suggestions you have aside from having a celebratory llama for completing that task?
I tell everybody, and even back at myself, I tell everybody, do the jobs you don't want to do first.
Ah, I love that.
And there is a whole bunch of science to support that, but I know that works for me because, well, first of all, what if I didn't do these continuous notes I was just talking about? I mean, I don't have to. No one pays me extra. No one, it, but it does work very well. So I know that, but I need to get done. But what if I waited till the end of the week? Well, then it wouldn't benefit anyone to not know what they've done.
Yeah.
So do those jobs you despise. There will be, not might, there will be jobs, especially if you're a small business owner, maybe looking at your books. I have people that have trouble with invoicing. I have people that have trouble with any kind of balance whatsoever in their lives. So do the things that you despise, get it out of the way, and then move on to the things you love. I love Friday because I do all those things I've been dying to do in business.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have done that today because when I'm done this, I'm like, ooh, I have to do this thing.
Yes, I know those things. And don't they like, they stay in the back of your head.
And you try to find 18 other things that you can do before you do that. A little procrastination there.
Yes. And you know what? You still have to freaking do it.
Yeah, exactly.
To do it.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Well, I think we've given some little nuggets and some laughter today. So anything else you'd like to add before we talk about what we're discussing next week?
No, I think you should say out loud and proud of what we are talking about next week.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's you talking about it.
Part of me wants to put my head up and put my nose to my camera.
Please.
Because we are talking about big boogers. Let's say it loud and proud. Big boogers are ruining your breathing. How disgusting is that?
I know. Come next week, listen to us. The wisdom is going to be unreal.
Yes. See you next week. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe so you get to hear about big boogers first.